Hi guys, final video on the Tanfoglio Force 22L. So I got two of these guns in. One was mine, one was a buddy's. The first one that came in was my buddy's gun, and that one had an exceptionally rough trigger out of the box. And I reworked that trigger and got it real smooth. This one came with a very nice smooth trigger. I think this trigger came out the box at like 2.5 pounds. I did nothing to the trigger. After I reworked my buddy's one, the trigger was actually lighter than what this is. And I know some guys have been saying it's not possible to just polish it and get that. Guys, I got nothing to hide. I polish it. That's what I did. That's what I gauged it at. And maybe my trigger gauge is under reading. Maybe not. I don't know. I think the important bit about any trigger work is not really what the actual reading is. It's more importantly what the improvement is from what it was to where you ended up. Anyway, so just my final thoughts on this pistol. I do like it very much. I shoot it very well. It suits my shooting style, the way I hold a gun. I ride the safety with my thumb. I got a bit of a memory pad that I brought in there just so that I can get my thumb on the same place. And then I also got a memory pad that side that I added. And it's just grip tape that I added there for my index finger on Steel Challenge. I start with the safety on like that and beep, and then I'm ready to go. I have put on a fiber optic front sight, which I think there's a video on that somewhere. And that's it. My final thoughts on the gun. I do not think that Tanfoglio designed this gun as a 22. I think this is a kind of a conversion from the centerfire gun. I think it's a fair assumption to make if you look at the frame size and the fact that the full size mags and stuff do go in here. And the reason I'm saying it is on my first match that I went Steel Challenge with it, I got dummy rounds in there. I finished the stage. RO said unload and show clear, so I dropped the mag and I racked the gun and it wouldn't eject. And I was like, what on earth is happening? And I couldn't figure it out. Next stage, eventually I just shot the round with his permission. I just fired the round into the berm, and next stage exactly the same thing. And then it dawned on me that on the magazine there's that little nub, and that is the ejector. So the ejector is on the magazine. So you got that in. If I put empty mag in, it will kick that dummy round out. And to me it's just really weird if you consider that on the sear cage that is the ejector from the for the center fires. So with that ejector right there, when I put the magazine in, you can see it extends that ejector ever so slightly. And so that ejector is just having a free ride there, and the magazine is doing the ejecting part. How long that's going to last, with it being plastic, I don't know, but all it's doing is really kicking an empty case off the breech face. So this gun has not been cleaned. It's got probably about 600 rounds on it, and you can see the red finish that's wearing off, and there's some remnants of it on the frame, quite dirty, but it runs perfectly. It shoots very nicely, very accurate, and I have not had any malfunctions except for some ammo issues where they don't want to go off due to the no priming compound in the round. As an adaptation for a full-size Tanfoglio, it works fine. So the way I run this now on and I might change. The way I run it is final round, unload and show clear. So I got a round in the chamber, unload and show clear. I do not take the mag out. I turn the gun to the berm and I lock the slide back. So I eject the round in the chamber. So I get it to that position and then I take the magazine out and I show clear. Failing that, I might take another spare magazine and take the insides of it out and just use that as my unload and show clear mag. The funny thing to me was that I never realized this when I played around with the gun before I took it to the first match, because I always shot it to slide lock. I always shot to slide lock. Playing on my own range, and then just reloaded and shot it to slide lock. And when you do a match, you're not shooting to you're not shooting to slide lock. But now we know. The gun is super accurate. I mean, really accurate. I got no complaints in that department. It's super reliable. No complaints in that department. I know some guys are knocked it because it's got only 10 round magazine capacity. Guys, this is not a self-defense gun. This is not going to war gun. This is a range toy. This is a steel challenge gun. The steel challenge string is 5 rounds. So you got 5 magazines, you good. What makes the gun so reliable is the fact that it's single stack. And probably the top steel challenge gun is probably the Volkotsum, and that's kind of a souped up Ruger, and that's single stack magazine, 10 rounds.
Okay. Shooter ready, stand by. 3, 2, 2. Shooter ready, stand by. Ready, stand by.
The gun feels super good in my hand. It really suits my hand. The one thing is the serrations over there, or the checkering over there, is very sharp. So after a day of shooting, after a match, I pick up kind of, you see the tips of my finger, because I'm holding, that's my grip, and look at the tips of my fingers, of those 2 fingers. They kind of feel tender from pushing in there. Maybe I'm just getting old. This side's good, and maybe I'll just take the sharp edges off that side. There you go, guys. I hope that helps somebody out there. Stay safe. We talk again. Cheers.